Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. It is Catherine here with another exciting installment into our Tullamore Alive Fitness channel. For today's class, I had originally planned on doing an intense workout for you since we've been doing a lot of slower paced things recently. But I taught a lot of classes online this week and my body's a little bit tired. So instead, I'm going to offer you a slightly active stretch class. So what that's going to look like is the first half of the class, we're going to do a few more active poses, get a little bit of strength development in our muscles. So you are going to feel maybe a little bit of muscle burn. And then we'll move to stretching. Stretching's super important also. So you're going to get the best of both worlds, a little bit of strength, a little bit of stretch. And with that in mind, please grab your mat. That's all you should need for today. However, if it bothers your knees, being on hands and knees position, feel free to grab a towel to fold under them. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so we are going to begin today's class in a tabletop position, or hands and knees. So that is knee below your hip, wrist below your shoulder, so our joints are stacked. If for some of these you want to come down to your forearms because it's bothering your wrists, feel free to. An alternative is to make fists, so you have a straight line with your wrists, can be more comfortable. I sometimes do that. So fingers are spread wide. We're just going to begin by bringing some motion into our spine. So I want you to push yourself away from the floor into your hands. You're going to round your back. And then as you inhale, you're going to lift your tailbone, lift your chest. Doing a few more of these. So we exhale, round our back. Inhale, lift our chests. And this breathing might feel a little bit counterintuitive as we go through this, but it helps deepen or expand how far you can go into this stretch, okay? So really try and give it a go. Let's do one more. Push into your hands, round your back, head is heavy, tailbone lowers. And then as you inhale, you are going to lift your chest, lift your tailbone, just like that. Continuing to hold here. If you want to move to your forearms, you can for this next one. You're going to extend your right leg back behind you, toes to the ground, and you're going to push that right heel back. So we are extending along the back of our leg here. Again, if you would like to go down to forearms, you are welcome to do so. Taking deep breaths, can you feel a little bit or hear a little bit of squeaking? My mats are always squeaky. It's part of the Tullamore Alive fitness experience. And you can bring your knees back together. You are going to widen them a little bit and then sit your bum back towards your heels. If you're tight in your knees, you might find that your bum is up in the air like so. If it's comfortable holding like this, you can stay that way, or if you prefer, you can come to your back briefly, pulling your knees wide, similar posture, but from your back. That's one of the cool things about doing yoga or stretching or fitness, is there's always a modification, often just the flip side of your body. So if we can't do something on the front, sometimes we can do it on the back. Take a few more deep breaths here. And then on your next inhale, you're going to come back to your tabletop or hands and knees position, and we're going to extend our other leg back, pushing those toes down to the ground. Again, if we would like to come to a forearm position, please feel free to do so. See if you can push a bit more into your hands. Your upper back is full here. My mom has been taking, so my mom and I, if you didn't know this, we did our yoga teacher training together. And she's been taking an additional yoga teacher training that's specific, push back a bit more into your heels, that's specifically directed at kids yoga. but it's pretty neat. And release. Come back to your child's pose, because a lot of the stuff that she is learning in it is sort of a new way of thinking about yoga that I feel like is applicable to adults. So for example, one thing that really helped me visualize the idea of relaxing my body versus activating my body, in kids yoga, they call it sort of a pasta example. So you are either an engaged muscle, like kind of thing, you're active, as uncooked pasta. So you can think it's really straight and rigid, like everything's engaged. Or when you're relaxed, come back up to a tabletop, you are uncooked pasta. So you can think like a limp noodle, everything has softened. Okay, flex those hands so they're active, they are uncooked pasta. Okay, again, your wrists are supported, and we're going to do a few more cat-cows. So you're going to push into your hands, drop your tailbone, and then remember we inhale, come up, lift our tailbone. How I remembered this when I first started teaching, again, inhale, is that when we go into cat position, so a rounded back, I didn't want to eat cat, so I exhaled, and then as I went to cow position, I was okay eating cow or beef, so I inhaled, but that's how I remembered it at the beginning of teaching yoga. One more here. And then come to a neutral spine. You are going to give your hips a little wiggle side to side. And then we are going to treat the bottom of your feet with lots of love and care. So you're going to tuck your toes underneath you. If this is enough of a stretch, please stay here. Otherwise, you are going to slowly, slowly, slowly ease yourself back, making sure your pinky toes are included. So tuck them in with your hands if you need to. And then if you'd like, you can come to an upright position. It depends on what you're comfortable with. Ideally here, our heels are going to be together, but I know my one right toe, my right big toe, it just doesn't bend back. I think it's from teaching so much spin. So I have to modify on the back by separating my heels slightly, but if it's comfortable for you, bring those feet tight towards each other. And we're going to take a few deep breaths here, enjoying that good stretch. So you can inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. One last one. Inhale and exhale, coming back to a forward position. Make sure your feet are flat to your mat. We are going to bring a bit of movement into our hips. So you're going to pretend, if it helps you visualize, that you have a tail that you are wagging. Hips go side to side. And as we do this, as I feel like I've said many times before, maybe you're tired of hearing it, but we want to try and synchronize our breath with these movements, helping our body to relax. So if we only have so much time here together today to get in some movement, to exercise, we want to make the most of it. So there's no reason not to focus on your breath as you do these movements and get those benefits of a relaxed nervous system, as well as stretched muscles or activated muscles. Take a few more breaths here if you would like, holding a bit on each side, whatever feels good. Then we're going to do a few circles back with our hips. Thinking of lotioning or massaging your joints as you do this. And switching directions. Yeah, looking good, just like that. And then coming back to a neutral position. Okay, we're going to do one more active yoga pose from this position. So it's called bird dog. If you aren't familiar with it, you're going to keep, again, a nice neutral or long spine. I want you to extend back your right leg. You're going to flex the foot, and we're going to keep our hips down towards the ground, holding here. So you should feel a bit of glute or bum muscle activation, also potentially some core. And then if you'd like, we're gonna hold here a bit longer, but you can reach your opposite or your left arm forward, trying not to arch up. You have a long spine here. I'm going to count you for 6 counts, okay? So we're going to go 6, 5, continue to breathe, 4, 3, 2, and release. You can take a few cat-cows, so you can arch your back. I always say arch. This is round. And then arch your back, as feels good to you. Remember getting some nice deep breaths. And coming back to a neutral spine or a long spine, you're going to extend your other leg, so your left leg back, flex that foot, pull those toes towards you. Hips are square towards the ground. If it works for you, bring that right arm forward, palm facing towards your midline. Yeah, get that leg up, you can do it. I'm gonna count you down, okay? We're gonna go for 6, breathing deeply. 5, 4, you got it. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Again, cat-cows. I don't know if you guys found that, but that side was definitely harder for me today. Felt a bit more quiver as I did it. Okay, as you exhale, you are going to come down to lay on your stomach on your mat, please. So lowering yourself down. We are going to take a brief rest here. Stack your forearms on top of each other, and you're just going to rest your forehead down on top. If this isn't enough sensation for you, particularly in your back, if you want to bring a bit more in, you can scooch your elbows back, and then again place your forehead down on your forearms, offering a bit more lift to your chest. Taking some nice deep breaths here, allowing your shoulders to relax. If you moved your elbows up, you are now going to slide them down or out in front of you. And then depending on what is working for your back today, so being mindful if you feel any sharp pains, if you'd like, you can change this to a bit of a Sphinx pose. So you're going to inhale, draw your elbows under your shoulders. If this is too much, you can bring them forward a little bit more to decrease the angle in your back. And then instead of working on strengthening our shoulder girdle, a lot, I want you to soften. So you're uncooked pasta right now, and then later we'll push up to cooked pasta, okay? So your body is soft. Allow everything to relax. If you'd like, you can either drop forward with your chin or open your chin up. That results in a bit of thyroid activation, which can help boost your immunity. So it's up to you, which is suiting you better today. Then on your next inhale, I want you to push up a little bit. So we're strengthening through our shoulder girdle. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble saying that. And we're going to hold here, okay, for 3 breaths. So you can inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. One more, inhale and exhale. Lower yourself back down, coming to your arms stacked on top. Sometimes this is called crocodile position, forehead down to forearms. Again, being mindful of your back. If you'd like here, you can gently bring heel to bum. Getting a little bit of movement or dynamic movement. I feel like dynamic movement is a redundancy, but I feel like I hear that a lot. But we're doing a more dynamic variation, I guess, of the pose. Okay, then you can extend your right arm out overhead of you, and we are going to roll to our back. So right arm out, and you are going to roll to lay on your back, hugging your knees towards your chest, and taking a few deep breaths here. You can either keep your knees tight to your chest or loose, it's up to you. Allow your shoulders to soften. So from here on out, we will only be cooked pasta, okay? So you can allow your body to relax. As you exhale, drop your left foot to the floor, bringing your right ankle on top of your left knee. If you would like, gripping here behind your left knee, it's up to you, getting sensation in that right hip. And just breathing deeply, enjoying this time here on your mat. As you inhale, you're going to hug your knees towards your chest again, however is comfortable for you. Taking some deep breaths here, just enjoying the quiet. As you exhale, right foot to the floor, left ankle to right knee, choosing if you want to grip behind again. If you didn't grip on the one side, try not to grip on this side, with the intention of building symmetry in our body. So even if one side is a little bit looser than the other, we don't want to continue to stretch or overstretch the looser side. So we want to try and find that balance in our body. Again, taking some deep breaths here. Take another nice deep inhale, hug your knees towards your chest. As you exhale, extend your left leg, just pulling in your right knee. If you'd like, you can bring a bit of movement to your right ankle, if that feels good. Continuing to breathe deeply, softening in your shoulders. As you exhale, switching to your other side. Continuing to take some nice deep breaths. Maybe you soften a bit in your jaw as you hold here. So if you're clenching your teeth, which I know I'm guilty of, allow your teeth to relax, your jaw to soften. Continuing to take those nice deep breaths. And exhale that foot to the floor, so your left foot to the floor. We are going to bend both legs. We're going to take a banana asana, so banana pose stretch. What you're going to do is you're going to push into your heels, lift your hips, and you're just going to shift your bum to the right side of your mat. Okay, the right side of your mat. Then with your legs, you're going to extend them down to the bottom left corner, making sure to push both sides of your hips or your glutes to the floor, so your bum muscles. And then you're going to reach up, arms overhead, to the upper left corner. So you're in a crescent shape with your body. Then if you are not getting any sensation in the right side, you are going to bring your right ankle over your left and grip your right wrist with your left hand, pulling that stretch a little deeper. If you feel any tingling in your shoulder or your upper arm at any time, you're going to want to bring it down to rest either on you or next to you, doesn't matter where. As you hold here, whichever variation you are doing, breathing space into your right body. Again, keep that breathing steady. Making a full inhale and a complete exhale. Maybe you bring your breath a bit more into your belly. Continuing to soften your muscles as you hold here. Yeah, just like that, looking good. As you inhale, you are going to straighten everything out, taking a nice big stretch. Draw everything in, knees to your chest. Exhale those feet down. Inhale, lift your hips, shifting them to the left side this time. Extend your feet down to the right side of your mat, arms to the upper right. And if you'd like, again, you can cross left ankle over right ankle if you want to deepen the stretch on your left side body. And you can also grip that left wrist in your right hand. Finding that crescent shape again here. Continuing to really feel that stretch on your left side and breathe deeply into it. Again, see if you can soften your body as you hold here. See if you can deepen your breath even more, moving it down towards your belly. Continuing just like that. Take one more nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then as you inhale, come back to center for that stretch. Reaching overhead, whatever feels good. Bringing your hands down on your mat. We are going to settle in for a 1-minute Shavasana or resting position together. If you want to take more time on your own, I highly recommend. Okay, so settle in, hands are pointing up towards the roof, and just allow everything to relax. On your next inhale, slowly bring some sensation back into your body. Wiggling your fingers, your toes, taking a nice big stretch, whatever feels good. Becoming aware of your breath again. And then taking your time, slowly roll to one side. Gently pushing your way up to a seated position. Thank you everyone for joining me today. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.